What is up, guys? My name is Joey, and in today's video we'll be talking about the recent data leak with Opensea, guys. So please pay attention because this is quite serious and you need to really pay attention in order to prevent yourself from being scammed, phished or hacked maybe even. Because it's quite serious, guys. This morning I received an email stating the following, guys. Important notification about your email security by Opensea team. You are receiving this email because of an employee of our email vendor, customer.io, misused their access to customers.io systems to download and share email addresses with an unauthorized third party. Impacted email addresses include those provided by Opensea users and subscribers to our newsletters. At this time, we believe that your email address may have been part of the customer.io data incident. It's not me, guys. My email has been part of the customer.io data incident. I'm absolutely certain of that. And yours probably too if you have been using Opensea for the past, let's say, couple years. Some safety recommendations, that's just the general basic stuff, guys, in order for yourself not to be scammed. Now the thing is, I wasn't absolutely certain that this came from Opensea. I mean, no reply Opensea seems legit, but with email addresses you never know, and you also always should be wary, okay, guys? I didn't find any links, luckily, because then I already would have discarded the email address, but I wanted to figure out if that was real. So I went to the Opensea website, but on Opensea they don't really state a lot, guys, which is a little bit worrying because on their homepage website I can't find anything regarding this issue, and this is a big issue. So I believe that they should have stated this on their homepage as well, guys. Like, yeah, come on, let us know also when we're visiting our website. I'm looking into my email every single day, but there are people and customers out there of your services that are not using their email address every single day, or maybe they're using a pseudo email address, or whatever the reason. It should have been posted on their homepage, in my personal opinion. Now, luckily on their Twitter account, they state that there is an investigation ongoing as we have reported this incident to law enforcement. Read more in our blog. And in the blog, it basically states the same as in the email address. Important update on email vendor security incident. And basically the same email address. Now, of course, you should always be wary on the, the different type of characters that they use within an email address, or like different addresses, like the typical phishing stuff, okay, guys? So always check their Twitter account or their official social media pages, guys, in order to not be scammed, phished, or hacked even. Now, this is quite worrying, guys, because the customer.io is the vendor that they use. They basically hire a third party to deal with their email optimization, okay, guys? Many companies do this. This is absolutely normal, but it's also normal to stop outsourcing these type of things, especially when you're a very big company within the cryptocurrency industry, guys. I don't really like it, and Opensea is a very big company, guys. They are making millions, if not each and every single day, probably each and every single week or month, okay? They are absolutely raking in the cash, so there is absolutely zero reason to stop outsourcing this and dedicate a department that are doing this for them, because you need some security layers to protect your data, guys. This is a really stupid rookie mistake in my personal opinion. Now, of course, I should not be too harsh on them because this could happen to any single company basically, and especially when it's just an employee leaking this data, okay? There's an employee of customer.io, obtained access, stole all the data and sold it probably on the dark web or to other third-party members, okay, guys? So yeah, that's a little bit worry, guys. Now, what should you do? Well, I mean, not that much actually, okay? Just be extra alerted for any Opensea email messages that you will receive in the upcoming weeks or even years, guys, on top of the already more awareness you should have when dealing within the cryptocurrency industry, guys, because we always already know that we should be very conscious about every email that we are being received, okay, guys? Everyone knows this by now. Just don't click some random links, but also don't think you are too smart for this to be happening towards you, because that is absolutely not the case, guys. It only takes a very small window during the day of you being unaware and everything will go to absolutely the abyss, guys. You will lose absolutely everything, and it only takes a very small window, like I stated before, for you not to be conscious about a certain thing, and then bam, you're being scammed or phished or even worse, right? So really don't think you're too smart, because that's just not the case. They are becoming more and more advanced. They even study like basic human behavior in order to understand when the best moment is to attack. For example, it only also takes like a very small coincidence happening. For example, you're scrolling through Opensea and at that very moment you get a message from Opensea that your account will be suspended because you did some actions that were not allowed, or whatever that might be. I'm just making something up, but it could be plausible because you're at that very moment scrolling through Opensea and you're getting a message. That seems a little bit too much of a coincidence, right, guys? But it's not. That's why it's called phishing, because it only takes one coincident moment and for your brain to make the connection and believe that, yeah, okay, this makes sense, and proceed with whatever they want you to proceed with, like even clicking on links or providing some personal information or whatever that might be, guys. I remember back in the days I was selling some stuff on a secondhand market back in the Netherlands, and I remember that I had to verify my account by doing a small transaction of 1 cent in order to verify and link my bank account to the account that I was selling the particular items on. Okay, so that was absolutely valid, and I did it, and everything was okay. After a year after that occasion, I used my parents' account to sell some other stuff, and I got another message that I had to verify that account as well. So in my brain, and I was doing these advertisements, I wanted to do it as quick as possible, and I got a message that, I don't want my advertisements to be brought down because, I put a lot of time and effort into them. So I was like, okay, yeah, let me do this quick. I already did it on my previous account, so let me do it quick, and I did it. And then all of a sudden, I was loading on my bank page, and it was loading. And I was like, hey, this doesn't make any sense. And then all of a sudden, I was aware and conscious, and from that moment, I understood that I was being scammed. So I called my bank account, but they already, luckily, were very alerted on what was happening, and they blocked the user that was trying to access my bank account because they tried to pay some Apple Pay tickets with it, I guess. It was very stupid of me, and I consider myself very tech savvy and pretty advanced within the, let's say, technical industry. I know about every single phishing method out there, basically, and it still happened to me, guys. That day, I felt dumb, I felt stupid, and I was like, how can this happen to me? Like, I expected to happen to my grandmother, for example, but not me. Like, how could I fall for this, guys? But that's the thing. That's why it's called phishing. It only takes one unaware moment and you not being conscious, and for you to be doing something in a coincidence that it makes sense. Like I was doing and building these applications, and I got an email that all my advertisements would be taken down if I didn't verify my account, which happened earlier, like a year earlier with my other account, and that was all valid. So they really prey on the fact of you being unaware and making a certain connection that is false. Okay, so please be aware of this, guys, because whenever you're using Opensea, or have been using Opensea, I should say, just believe that scammers have your email address now. Like, there's nothing to be worried about, because just with an email address, they can't do much. Okay, they have to send you a certain email that is malicious, right, by either clicking a link or sending you a file that you have to download, whatever it might be. Just ignore everything regarding Opensea, because why would you need an email address for them anyhow? Like, it doesn't make any sense from them having an email address. I don't do anything on my email address, basically. Yeah, I just use it for my two-factor authentication, and yeah, that's just basically it. Communicating with some people that I'm doing business with, but that's basically it, guys. I'm not clicking any links. I delete all the emails regarding me receiving packages all the time, because yeah, if I have to believe, then DHL has been trying to send me a package for the past 3 months already. I couldn't give a F, guys. I really can't be bothered. I'm not that materialistic anyway. People are to send me packages and they can't reach it. Like, I couldn't care less, okay? But it's a phishing attempt, of course. But just don't care about any email, even if it's like stresses you out. Just block them. Call your official department and see whatever email they have tried to send you is true and coming from them, okay, guys? Same with Opensea. Whenever they are trying to send you an email regarding your account being taken down or whatever it might be, just go to Opensea yourself and try to contact them yourself, guys. Just go to help center and submit a request, okay? Just try to deal with it like that. If there's something happening to your account in the near future, never deal with your email addresses, guys. And yeah, it's just really bad, to be honest. Now, the reason why I'm also not that worried, guys, I mean, I'm using my email address for already like 10 years, I believe, or even more. I don't even know. Whenever Gmail came out, I transferred my Hotmail into Gmail, and I've been using it ever since. Now, my Gmail account has already been pawned for years, guys. I can't give an F because they don't have my two-factor authentication. So yeah, they can't really breach into my account, but I have been receiving phishing attempts, people trying to change my PlayStation 1 password, for example. Absolutely ridiculous. There is a website that you can check out if your email address is circulating the dark web, okay, or the deep web. So you just put in your email address here, have I been pawned? And when you're pawned, they say, yeah, yes, you have been pawned. It can just, give you an extra idea to be extra alerted and conscious about everything that you're receiving on that particular email address. And if you have been pawned and you never really change your password, it's also pretty handy to just save your password, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Opensea data breach, guys, pretty important. So please be alerted, because a lot of people are using Opensea busy every single day, including myself. So be extra wary of upcoming emails, especially when they're from Opensea. Guys, there's a typical old saying, I don't know if you know it, maybe the guy just made it up and I'm just sitting here claiming it to be true. Anyhow, I like the saying regardless. A warned individual counts for two. That's basically the saying, and yeah, I don't know, what does it mean actually? I mean, I guess it means that whenever you're warned, then, you know, you should be extra conscious. I don't know. I like the saying. I don't really know why. I hope you understand what I mean. Anyhow, regardless, be very careful, guys, please. Okay? And remember, be a leader in this space and do not be a sheep, guys. Peace out.